This is Wayne Madsen with the Wayne Madsen Report, Sunday Roundup, and we'll go right back to the callers who are waiting. But I want to play this short clip. Hopefully, this man, Jack Layton of the NDP, will be the next Prime Minister of Canada. Election day is tomorrow. Canadians, actually, unlike Americans, many of them do get out and vote. And I hope that they vote for Jack Layton. Let's listen to the spot that's been running on Canadian television about, Jack Layton, unlike Barack Obama, is actually talking about some real issues. Let's listen to him.
Of course I want Ottawa to start working for me, but where do we start?
Canadians just want someone they can trust, someone who will work with others on the things that matter, like improving pensions, like giving people a break on their home heating, and hiring more family doctors. We can't fix every problem, but together we can take practical first steps in the right direction. That's Canadian leadership.
Maybe we could get a little of that Canadian leadership down here in the United States for our next presidential election. That was straight talk. That, we don't hear that out of Washington. Whether we don't get it from Republicans, or Democrats. We just get this mealy mouth stuff and the yucking it up at these stupid dinners. Let's go to the phones. Lee is calling from Georgia. Lee, are you on the line?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. How are you doing?
Good, Lee.
Don't get to catch your show too often, but it's always a pleasure when I do because I rank you right up there in the top 5 in my list of information sources.
Thank
been following you for quite some time now. It was interesting that you and the one lady that you lost a connection with, you were talking about the planes and stuff.
Yeah.
And something that I don't really hear a lot of people mentioning are 3 very distinct quotes from 3 very distinct people as the incidents were taking place on September 11th in New York. One was a lady immediately when the second plane hit. You could hear her, she says twice, that was not a United Airlines flight.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was a reporter as he was describing the plane. And
yes,
he
that's the Fox News guy, right? Uh-huh.
No windows. Right. I mean, he was describing a cargo plane.
Absolutely.
And then the third was another reporter, and I have only found 4 other people who remember this, and that was, the third one was another reporter who mentioned on the side of the second plane, he saw a big, round, blue emblem.
Right. And let's not forget what 2 well-known reporters said about how the buildings looked like they were coming down in a controlled explosion. One was the late Peter Jennings, who was a friend of mine, and Dan Rather.
Right.
And I think a few others said it too, but I do remember both of those anchors said this looks like what you see from, and Jennings actually said yes. If you look at when they bring down old hotels in Las Vegas, he actually said it. It looks very similar to that. So.
The thing is, both of those gentlemen had covered controlled demolitions throughout their career on more than one occasion, so they know what they see when they see it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and we can go on forever about that 9/11 Commission report, just like people are still going on about the Warren Commission report. Now we know from these Sirhan notes that he says he was being controlled by that lady wearing a polka dot dress. Isn't it funny there was never a commission on the Bobby Kennedy assassination like there was on his brother? But yeah, these commissions are a waste of time anyway. They're cover-up operations.
All you have to do is just look at the people that they put to head them up.
Oh, yeah.
That tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah, you talk about a rigged game. There's a rigged game,
No doubt.
I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke, and it's not just the people on the commission. You have to look at the staffers. Look at the Phil Zelikow, who came out of the Miller Institute at the University of Virginia, which existed to debunk people who would question the Warren report, and he winds up as the executive director of the 9/11 Commission. I mean, it's so incestuous and so corrupt the process.
Go figure, right? And something else that you said earlier, too, that brought something else to mind. You were talking about something, and you mentioned how it was laughable. And as soon as you said the word laughable, I thought that the other day when Obama released this so-called birth certificate, and he's standing up there and he says, you know, because I've got more important things to do.
Yeah.
And then I discovered later that immediately after he gave that little speech, having more important to do.
Yeah, he had to prepare his jokes for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That was more important.
And that taping with Oprah.
Oh, the taping with Oprah. Now,
as soon as you said laughable, that was the first thing I thought. Yeah, laughable.
Yeah. Well, he goes on Oprah. It's in Chicago. He's there with Michelle. He's a friend of Oprah. The wife's Michelle's a friend of Oprah. He doesn't get any hardball questions. It's worse than anything. I mean, they were more softball than anything that Larry King could ever thought of asking. And who watches broadcast daytime television these days? It's clear that he was playing to the stay-at-home, mostly African-American mothers, or grandmothers in some cases, reminding children, and he's trying to stir them up and get them against anyone who questions not his legitimacy. I do believe he was born in Hawaii, but I'll tell you, if you look at the other part of his record, I don't think he should be the President of the United States. But anyway, thanks for calling, Lee from Georgia, and we will be right back with your calls right after this short break.
You're listening to the